Hey everybody, welcome to episode 1 of the Mirror Match Challenge. In this challenge, my buddy Edgy and I are going to build decks based off of one archetype. Then, we will have a best of 3 match to decide who built the better strategy. In this first episode, we will be making our decks based off of the Zefra archetype. Zefra is an archetype that primarily uses pendulum cards and is mixed with many other archetypes. It's going to be exciting, so without any further introduction, here we go. Alright, starting off here, let's take a look. So, Eddy is playing some kind of Cleaforts, metalfoes, Zefra shenanigans. Sounds pretty cool in theory. One of his favorite decks was always metalfoes, so we'll see how he does. On the other hand, I'm playing Zefra Dogmatica, as you can see. And well, Eddy actually won the rock, paper, scissors and decided to let me go first. That's probably a big mistake. But we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He probably needs the 6th card. So, we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, activating the pendulum scale. Here activating Zefrat's effect, sending Zefra Neo to the extra deck, then pendulum summoning for 2, activating both effects, adding Zefra Providence to add Oracle of Zefra, which gets me to another Zefraxy. Synchro summon into Croco Dragon to activate Oracle and place Cyberstein on top of the deck. Then drawing Stein with Croco Dragon, activate Stein's effect to special summon Exterio. Here activating the Deer Servant to add Ecclesia, sending a Shadow Fusion monster to the grave to add Shadow Schism to my hand, sending the Zefraxy to special summon Ecclesia. That allows me to add a Maximus to my hand, then special summoning the Maximus, activating the effect to send 2 monsters from each of our extra decks to the grave, setting Schism and passing my turn. During the end phase, using Ash Dragon's effect to add another copy of Ecclesia to my hand. So, obviously, he's screwed. There's not really a chance you can break this board with the hand he has, but let's see what he does. Okay. So I negate a Summoner's Art with Ash, activates another Summoner's Art, activate Shadow Schism to summon Winda, and he surrenders. Well, okay, well what are you gonna do, right? Because of Winda, he's really locked out of doing much. He can special summon once, and then he's done. He can activate Rabbit, done. Pendulum summon, done. If he drew the fusion card, he can fuse, and then done. So that's it for this match. Let's go to the next one and see what happens. Alright, second match. Again, I'm going first. Activate Zefra Providence to add the Scale 1 Teller Knight. Next, activating Oracle of Zefra, adding Zefrath, setting the Pendulum Scale. And now starts to look a lot like the last match. Pendulum 2, activate their effects, adding the Zefra Path. Alright, here, I should have activated the Zefra Path. Zefra Path has a good effect that says neither player can special summon monsters except from the hand or the extra deck. So, this could have stopped him from special summoning monsters from the deck with Rescue Rabbit or other shenanigans, but I didn't end up doing it, and it didn't end up coming up, so it's not that bad. Okay, normal summoning Cyrus Stein, and again activating his effect, special summoning Exterio, now summoning Croco Dragon, which allows me to add Ash Blossom to the top of my deck using Oracle, and drawing it with Croco Dragon's effect, setting both Wavering Eyes and Path. I decided to side deck the Wavering Eyes because we both knew we were going to be playing a Pendulum Mirror match. Okay, Eddy starts with an Oracle to add Zefraxy, Summoner's Art gets Ash Blossom, then another Summoner's Art gets met with Exterio. Okay, he sets up at a Scale 8 Metalfoes to pop Oracle and set counter. He activated the Scale 1 Teller and it gets met with Wavering Eyes. I banish Providence to protect my scales and add the Zefra Wendy. He sets up the Pendulum Scale with his 2 remaining Yangzing monsters and Pendulum summons out a copy of Zefra Thubin and activates it to pop his scale and my Exterio. I probably deserve that for not negating his skills with Exterio and letting him play the game a little bit, but whatever. Okay. I activate Zefra's effect, sending Zefraxitron to the extra deck, then link it to Gravity Controller. Pendulum summon 2 monsters and activate their effects, adding Zefra War and Zefraxitron to my hand. Normal summon the Zefraxitron, activating its effect, and also Zefra War to clear Eddy's back row. Attacking with Gravity Controller, sending his monster back to the extra deck and bringing him down to 3,400 life points. I honestly wanted to beat him without using the Dogmatica engine, so I didn't end up using the Dear Servant. Okay, he sets up his scales and summons Zefra Neo, adding Providence to add another Zefra Thubin. Here he summons it and pops my monster and proceeds to give up, I think. Yeah. So it's my turn, and I just said, let's finish him. He's suffered enough. I summon 2 more monsters with the Dogmaticas, and we just go for game here. This is definitely lethal damage. Yeah, that's the thing about these mirror matches. You never know what your opponent's going to do. You have an idea, but you don't exactly know how they're going to build the deck or build the strategy. In my case, I chose something probably a little bit more towards the meta, while Edgar chose something a little bit more fun. Alright, speaking of fun, I've got a bonus match for you guys. In this match, I really just wanted to see what Eddy's deck was capable of. I won the rock, paper, scissors this time and let him go first. I decided I wasn't going to interrupt him this time. Let's see what kind of board he can make with this deck. As you can see, I do have an Ash Blossom in my hand. However, I will not be using it during his first turn. Alright, yeah, classic metalfoes plays here. Okay, now Prominence into Oracle. Alright, setting counter and passing. Okay, not bad. Let's see what I can do about this. Okay, I set up my scales and summon out 2 monsters, adding Providence, and using Providence into Oracle, adding Zefraxi, special summoning Ecclesia, and adding the Knighted. Now activating the Knighted, and no response from Outcast, so it's free game from here on out. And just to show him I had it, I summoned the Ash battle phase. He tries to activate Outcast, and of course it didn't work. Alright. Eddy's turn, and he activates Painful Decision to add Gold Driver, pops a scale to set and activate Fusion, summons out Mithrillium. I get to summon out Maximus. He special summons Thubin from his hand and shuffles back Fusion. Draws and summons Zefraxi and activates Mithrillium to return the knight to my hand. However, I can just summon it out again. He links off into the Fire Charmer link. Yeah, more metalfoes, pops and sets. Links into Nightmare Phoenix. Pendulum for 3. Okay. Oh no. He summoned Exiton Knight. Alright, he blows up the field except for my Zefra cards thanks to Providence. Attacks my Zefra Wendy and passes his turn. Now I don't know what I'm going to summon, so I just go into Chow Fang so that when he blows it up I can add Ash to my hand. Alright, battle phase, blows everything up, and I get Ash. Alright. Edgar's turn. He tries to draw with Metalfoes Fusion, and I just Ash Blossom it. Then he goes into battle phase, attacks. So I draw Oracle on my turn, which is no help. So I decide that I'm going to take a page out of Eddy's book and attack with a 0 attack monster. Now it's pretty much over. He gets the chance to Fusion Summon here, and he just takes me out. Metalfoes Fusion and attack for game. Spectacular. That was the first episode of the Mirror Match Challenge. If you liked it, please give me a like, subscribe if you want, and also if you have any ideas for future mirror matches, please comment them down below. I plan on doing one of these videos once every week. So if you do comment and give me a suggestion, there's a good chance that eventually your comments will be the next video. Thank you all for coming, and see you next time.